In this video, I'll be showing you the top 10 weapons in Arena Breakout Season 8. And I made this top 10 list because if you guys didn't know, I work in the headquarters of weapon adjustments in Tencent Company, so let's get to it. Alright guys, so just before we get to the top 10 list, let me make it clear. We are comparing the weapons with the best bullets against best armors. So if you see a weapon in the top 10, that means it's a top 10 with its own best bullet against T6s. At the spot number 10, we have the one and only sniper rifle in the top 10, AX50. One tap guaranteed in the chest, which no other weapon is capable of, and great penetration chance on the M2 bullets, which means even if you shoot the hands 9 out of 10, it will penetrate through and still one taps your target. And the only reason it's this far down the list is that if you miss, you don't have much chance to live. But that's the point, right? You're using a sniper rifle, that's just how it goes. But yeah, that's the farthest it could make on the list. At number 9, we have the only leg meta in the top 10, USS. Even after the nerf it received in the last season, it still has one of the fastest TDKs among all weapons in close range. All I have to say for USS is it's a fun weapon to use whether you're poor, you're rich, and it's probably the only budget option on the top 10 list. Which means even if you're poor, you can use it, so if you were sleeping on it, just give it a try. Now let's get to the 8th best weapon in the game, the VSS. I'm trying my best to do these less skilled weapons faster so we get to the top 5, top 3, and lastly the best weapon in the game. So the VSS, despite being a marksman, it's built for close range. Monstrous bullets, fast fire rate, and little to no sound make VSS a top 3 close range weapon. I guess you know why it's not the best. But again, it's a decent gun, easy to use, and the only problem is the range, which again it comes to the subsonic bullets that makes it only effective in close range, and that's why it's in the 8th place. Now at the spot number 7, we have a gun which you might have not expected to see in the top 10, the M110. One of the most dependable guns which you can easily handle long range, medium range, and also close range with. You can do a lot with this bad boy, just put a few M61s on it and you can 2-tap any target in the chest. Range, ergonomics, firepower, it's all there. In fact, it's one of the most hated guns by T6s and thermals. I've been with them, they all agree. Can't remember how many times I've been killed with M110, it's a lot, and I promise, if it wasn't that good, it wasn't this infamous.
Fajnie.
Now at the spot number 6, we have the one and only AR-57. Now hear me out, AR-57 used to be my top 3 back in Season 6, and I used to enjoy playing with it a lot. But in the last season when we got the new contact bullets and I played with it for long enough, I came to the conclusion it's not really that good. You know, I headshot people multiple times, they didn't die, fought people close range, didn't die, long range, didn't die. You really have to land a lot of shots to get a kill, and it just disappointed me. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I really think it isn't as good as it used to be in the last few seasons. And when I compared with my top 5 weapon, all I could give it just the 6th place. And now we get to the top 5 weapons in the game. At the spot number 5, we have the RPK. One of the loudest guns which you can manage a 4-man squad with its 95 round mag easily. Has a perfect range of 125 and 55 accuracy, which might not be good, but hey, you're playing with an LMG, so who cares? And now let's talk about the BS bullets. Penetrative, extremely good. In fact, that's why I put RPK over AR-57 in the top 5. The BS really kills. And the recoil is also quite decent, so it gets the 5th place. Now the 4th best weapon in the game, the AEK. A weapon with some real power. Having a high fire rate and a manageable recoil while being a 7.62 is really a blessing, which you can only have with the AEK. But don't get me wrong when I said manageable recoil, it's only manageable up to medium range, and when it's past that point, you're going to have a hard time controlling that weird recoil pattern. But still, it's a really strong weapon to use, shreds armors like nothing, and actually it's more of a team weapon, not a solo weapon. When you have AEK on your team, you can confidently fight T6s because you know when your teammate with the AEK gets engaged with them, they are going to have no armor to fight you.
Oh.
Now let's get to the top 3, cause I'm going to show you something shocking. The 3rd best weapon in the game, H4. Okay, listen, I used to hate on H4 more than anyone else did, and I still do hate on few things, you know, the A1, the accuracy on the short builds. I mean, look at it, what is this? But, like I said in the beginning, we are comparing the best bullets, so A1 is out of our statement, and so short builds are. Now, when you exclude those two, you're left with an absolute laser machine, no recoil, extremely high ergonomics, super fast fire rate, and boy, M9s really kill. And also, H4 has received a buff this season, which made it a bit stronger in terms of damage, and that's exactly what we needed, more damage. And that's how H4 made it to the top 3 best weapons in the game. Now the top 2. At the spot number 2, we have the FAL. Do I really have to talk about FAL? I mean, you already know, M61, best close range gun, you know, so I thought how about we just watch some PvPs instead of talking. And finally, the best weapon in ArenaBreakout, a weapon which secured its place for 8 whole seasons and might not never lose it, the MK14. And listen, I'm not glazing. I mean, I do glaze for MK, but right now I'm not glazing. You know, here's the thing with the top 2 weapons in the game. M61s are really game breakers. You're having a literal sniper round on your automatic guns, so how am I supposed to give him any rank other than the best and the second best? I have no option. They either remove M61s from automatic guns, or it's going to be the same for many seasons to come. The same top 2 weapon every season. So yeah, just like the last 7 seasons, the best weapon in the game, the strongest, the deadliest, MK14.
Orada.
And that was it for today's video. If you watched the video so far and you want more interesting AB content, make sure to subscribe. Let me know what you think about my ranking. If you make any changes, anything, write it in the comments. That's all. Love you all. See you in a bit.